guys, Sam here from Super Squid Jump, and today we're going to be exploring Splatoon 2 for some sweet Easter eggs. This video is going to be in a slightly different format from what I normally do. Hopefully it's more entertaining this way. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and if you want to see more like this in the future. Otherwise, let's get right into the video. Okay, our first stop is in the testing grounds, and it's to show off something that's not honestly much of an Easter egg, but useful nonetheless. Anyone who's played Splatoon could tell you that the circle with the dot inside of it is where you're aiming. That's simple. But what some of you might not know is that the gray dot above it here is actually showing your maximum range. I only just learned this, and I've put a lot of time into the game. I don't know where this would actually be useful, but it's cool to know nonetheless. By the way, this gray reticle also shows up when you store a charge with the charger in squid form. Neat. Well, I'm not just here to show UI elements. Here's an actual Easter egg. Basically, your Inkling makes a happy noise whenever you destroy all 3 moving targets at once. I found this when using a splashdown off the raised platform nearby, but Baller, Bubble Blower, Bomb Launcher, and other items including B also work. And finally, we've got a more well-known Easter egg. Did you know that all of the bomb launchers in Splatoon 2 play Bomb Rush Blush, Callie's solo from Splatoon 1, when activated? Use the special in a quiet area and have a listen. And here's that same song. Pretty similar, right? Well, our next Easter egg also has something to do with the bomb launcher. This time it's actually a nod to Nintendo's history instead of Splatoon's. You may have heard this before, but basically the bomb launcher special is based off of an old Nintendo toy from back before they made video games. This is like before the NES. So, back in 1967, Nintendo released this little baseball toy called the Ultra Machine DX that basically does the same thing the bomb launcher does today, which, of course, is throwing things really far. In this case, it was little plastic baseballs. The two look really similar, and it's pretty easy to tell that one's based off of the other. If you're interested in more stuff like this about the early days of Nintendo, I definitely recommend you look up beforemario.com. That's where I got a lot of the images for this section as well. But that's not all the references to classic Nintendo in Splatoon 2. There's the NZAP 85 and 89, which are basically Nintendo zappers from the NES era. And of course, the upcoming Octo Expansions trailer shows off tons of Nintendo and computer history, floating around in space, for some reason. Okay, let's move out of the testing area and into Inkopolis Square. Our first Easter egg here involves the 2 posters above Grizzco. They're both based off of real-life plays, one being the famous Phantom of the Opera, and the other being the Broadway performance Wicked. Next, if you go up to merch in Inkopolis Square, you can hear the sound effects of a very particular game coming from his squid phone. That game, of course, is Squid Jump, a minigame from Splatoon 1. Sadly, it's not Super Squid Jump, but hey, I'll take anything I can get. Ironically, if you look at his phone screen, it's actually blank. So he's just listening to Squid Jump? What? Okay, I'm gonna do some quick-fire Easter eggs. First, there's a Squid Sisters poster on Krusty Sean's van. There's also a MasterCard and Visa-like logo here. And here. Plus, squid plushies. Also, Marina Waves. Pearl does not. Salmonids forgot their frying pans. Oof. Mini Splatlings do not multiply. Sorry. Ad for Tower Records, which partnered with Nintendo to make a Splatoon 2 CD at one point. Look it up. Off the Hook poster. Here. Next to Skateboarding Jelly, but only sometimes. Ugh. Are we done yet? Nope. Ink Strike. There we go. That was incredibly long to do in one take. I think I need some room temperature water. That was surprisingly refreshing, actually. Huh. Okay, anyway, we're not here to talk water, we're here to talk Easter eggs. And this next one is something you might have noticed yourself. Once you've beaten the single-player story mode, the Great Zapfish appears in Inkopolis Square on Deca Tower. But the Zapfish appears in other places in the square as well. There are 2 other locations, the most common of which is above Grisco on some train tracks, which really cannot be safe for a giant fish thing. But the other place for it to appear is flying. In the sky. This was actually recorded just before a stream, so that's why the subscriber counter's there, but as you can see, the Great Zapfish is just flying overhead like nobody's business. I've spent over 30 minutes going in and out of shops, but I haven't been able to get this again. In the future, remember to check out your surroundings on your way to the lobby, and try and spot the Zapfish in one of its alternate locations. Well, we're on the subject of the Great Zapfish, let's go over to Piranha Pit. When the clock counts down to 1 minute left, you can spot the Great Zapfish swimming in the surrounding waters. This is actually an Easter egg in Splatoon 1 as well. Huge thanks to Pup Yoshi and Me and My Me for helping me get the footage for this Easter egg. Okay, next we have an Easter egg animation. I've only been able to find one of these so far, but I'm sure there are probably more. So, when you launch a curling bomb and stand completely still, your Inkling will fist pump when the bomb explodes, even if you didn't hit anything. It looks even better if you have some really dark sunglasses on, for some reason. And for our last Easter egg, we have another type of animation. A flipbook drawing, of course. If you go into your sunken scrolls in hero mode and just keep turning pages, look in the lower right corner and poof, there's a little animation of a squid, salmonid, and octarian popping in and out. It's actually kind of cute, and I can't believe I didn't know about this before. Okay, now we're done. I hope you learned something about Splatoon 2 from this video, and I encourage you to go try to find some of these yourself. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and if there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, that's about all I've got. Bye, and until next time, I am Super Squid Jump blasting off again. See you soon!